places. Bodies free of tension, muscles kneaded free of stress, minds so devoid of anything chaotic. The cooing sighs from the human frame, so relieved of strain, the poison has been squeezed and rubbed out of their systems. I am content to have found this place. This is the perfect place for me to call my den.
This from the voice of the nameless, volatile spirit which chooses to live within this mysterious, unassuming vessel. A vessel which would come to be known as the Vengeful Spirit Doll. It dwells at a Japanese day spa called the Doll Inn, watching over this nondescript hallway. The doll's existence is no mystery. The haunted tale of the Doll Inn is one stretched far and wide, though most would write the tale off as mere fiction. Even so, the mystique of the Vengeful Spirit Doll has drawn its share of thrill-seekers to the inn, and more so, scared away the faint of heart. This doll, that of a pale-faced geisha in a midnight blue flowered kimono, is deceptively cute, and it sits alone on a perch at the end of its hallway. With a stone gaze, it watches intently the subdued clientele, ready to pounce on anyone who would dare slip up. The details of its criteria are vague, but it is said that for whomever would display rudeness or disrespectfulness in its presence, the doll would become angry and seek out revenge. Rudeness and disrespectfulness.
Rudeness and disrespectfulness. The labels of my greatest pains. Rude, not to love me. Disrespectful, not to fear me. This hallway is my inner sanctum, my private Shangri-La. The believers, out of fear, they look away from me. They pretend not to feel me, but I know they feel me. Look away, little people. This is your way of worshiping me. The non-believers feel safe in your apathy, but I have my eye on you. And those who would disturb my slumber, those who would have the audacity to put their filthy skin on me. Death. Death. Death.
Thankfully, this is a day spa. People here are relaxed and free of the inner demons which would make they act out of sorts. That was until the day Ranma Saotome came to town. For those of you who don't know Mr. Ranma Saotome, he's a little brash, a little cocky. He sees every moment of his life as training, and in his training he can be a bit reckless. He and his dad caused a stir throughout the cavernous jacuzzi rooms, throughout the inn corridors, and eventually, the hallway. You know the one. And, as bad luck would have it, Ranma not only knocked the doll off its pedestal, but busted its head clean off. Even worse, in true Ranma fashion, he tried to patch it up himself and walk away without telling anyone. If this isn't rudeness, if this isn't disrespectfulness. While Ranma walks away relieved and proud of his ruse, he doesn't realize he is now the object of the spirit's wrath. The evil spirit obviously cannot extract its revenge within the body of a doll. It needs a new chassis to drive around, one strong enough to commit a murder. It chose its new body wisely in one Ms. Akane Tendo, the reluctant fiancée of Ranma Saotome. The perfect body to get in close and deliver a swift pummeling. Through powers bewildering to mankind, the spirit doll got in close and pounced upon Akane, pushing her soul out her body and crawling itself in. The spirit stood, a living, breathing murder weapon, and immediately sought out the boy, traveling incognito amongst his friends.
Run! I have learned the name of the infidel is Ranma. And he is unmistakably very close to the woman I have possessed. He loves the woman. I can hear his heart flutter whenever I am near. This will be so deliciously easy. Love is the easiest human emotion to exploit. For the promise of love, a mortal being will do anything. He has no clue just how deep the forests run here. I will lead him there to the most secluded spot and give myself to him. I will let him in. And just as he attacked me in my slumber, so shall I strike when he is at his most relaxed state, when he is at his most unaware. I will choose the implement of his destruction carefully, whatever fits the moment. And once I have ended him, I shall return to my quarters, free of any interlopers, and I may continue to exist.
Mysterious spirit doll? Or would you prefer evil Akane?
What?
This plan of yours? You see, it's great and all, but Ranma and Akane, they're not the most loving couple, you know.
You doubt my plan!
Well, I think you concocted it quite nicely, but Ranma might notice Akane's sudden change in attitude, don't you think?
Infidel! You are being rude. You are being disrespectful.
Say no more, I'll drop that, but I do have one question. When you pushed Akane's soul out of its body, where did it go?
That trite little thing? Don't worry about that. I put it somewhere nice and safe.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, here we have the most evil rendition of Freaky Friday ever. Akane Tendo's soul is now in the geisha doll. This is utterly hopeless. Akane, who is a natural klutz to begin with, is now in a stiff wooden body with only slightly posable joints. Getting this new body to walk is a discouraging chore, and what is worse, she is the only one who knows of the evil spirit's plot. She knows full well what the spirit plans on doing with her body, and it is a horrifying thought. Even if she were to live on after this, she could not deal with the sorrow, could not deal with the guilt. She had to do something. And so, the little doll started out on a trek, out into the woods after Ranma and her evil likeness, to try and intercept the pair before the unthinkable happened. Yeah, she's just a doll, a tiny helpless little trinket. She will not be able to take on a full-sized human by herself, no less one inoculated with the speed and skills of a demigod. But there is a hope. An exhausted one, sure, but it's there. And in this situation, it's the only thing to latch onto. We all know Pichan is the cursed form of Ryoga Hibiki. Ryoga has loved Akane with every fiber of his being from the moment they first met. He would gladly die for her sake. This is the strongest kind of love, a love unconditional, a love she does not give back in return and still remains unchanged. So what happened when Akane, now a doll sprung to life, bumped into Pichan in the woods? Pichan was able to identify her as Akane, just from clumsy mannerisms. As inconceivable as it seemed, there wasn't a seed of doubt in his mind that this wasn't Akane. The power to oversee logic, to put faith in the unbelievable. That is the power of love, and where there is love, there is hope. There is a love there between Ranma and Akane. It's hard for an outsider to see, but it's there. An understanding stemming from countless time together, through good times and bad, through hardship and triumph. If you look back on it, even their most heated arguments were all out of love. Such a rare thing this day and age, a love spawned and incubated for so long, to grow into something so deceivingly powerful. A love where to gaze into each other's eyes is to gaze into each other's souls.
So, they do feel for one another. That is what I originally stated. I shall use that love as his undoing.
These are powers you, spirit, could never understand. Nonetheless, Ranma is going to have to be strong here. He and Akane may be as standoffish a couple as humanly possible, but he knows that Akane is his future. Ranma goes into a catatonic state as Akane's body wrongfully plays his emotions. Deep down, Ranma wants this. Her smile, her touch. But something seems wrong. If Ranma really does love Akane, he will know, even as she throws herself at him in lust, that this is not her. The power of their love breaks all laws of logic. He need only look at the doll for his eyes to meet hers, to finally see.
Oh, of all the maudlin schmaltz I've heard from you humans.
Ranma! Look at her!
You cannot see the soul within the eyes of a doll! It is impossible.
You have seen stranger things in your life, Ranma! Look in her eyes! See the truth!
Shut up! You shan't deny me my revenge!
Ranma! Look at her! This has been a Ranma 1/2 character profile. Special thanks go out to Anamorphin14 for the request.